I don't in the Creed are.
Oh, right. See if I can. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yard Sale Artist. John is here. I just removed him from the stream, and I'm going to re-add him. There we go. That way we have a nice little balance. I'm Jarrod Alberich, the Yard Sale Artist. Welcome to the Yard Sale Artist Studios. And hello, Duchess. And I want to welcome Mark from Bermuda. Hello, Mark.
Yes. Thank you. Hello, Jarrod. Hello, Mr. Beatty. Good to be
yes.
back again. Another Tuesday evening.
It is Tuesday evening. And we do have Mr. John Beatty in the house with
hello.
Let's see. Let's get John on the big board real quick. He's working on a Professor X. Look at that. Very cool.
That cool. That is cool.
Very cool.
Which could be about anybody with a bald head. So
hey, works for me.
I have my loose layout for the Rocky headshot looking off to the right.
And Mark's is finished, so he's going to start.
Yeah, Mark's went way further than I did on his layout with his pencils, but that's Mark for you. Look at that Apollo. So that's why we got Mark and I sort of side to side, because this is for our friend Burner account. You guys know him from the chat, and he wanted a dual piece, and so he's going to get these originals. And we're also going to scan them in to make it a face-to-face piece for him as a digital piece. So that's what we're working on tonight. Hello, Craig Zablo in the chat.
Mr. Stallone himself.
I know, Craig. If
Craig.
If you want to chat with us, I have no problem sending you a link. If you want the fourth square, that would not be an issue. Just let me know.
You know, that may not be a bad idea, because he knows the ins and outs of all the Rocky movies.
He knows a little bit. I know a lot about Rocky movies. He knows what I know. What I know is like
a thimble.
Yes, if you look at my desk, like pretend this entire surface is everything there is to know about Rocky. I know like all these dark spots, and then he knows everything else.
Yeah, well,
I only know enough to protect myself when he starts talking about every movie Stallone made, how great it is, and I have to tell him no, it wasn't.
I don't know, man. I might be Team Zablo on that.
Every movie? Well,
I do love Stallone.
Yeah.
Not like Zablo does, but who can, right? Who can love him like Zablo?
Well, Burner account's got this account or this.
Good point.
You know, there might be some competition there. I think Burner account needs to start a collection of Stallone drawings.
Yeah, just like Zablo over there.
Zablo's got a little bit of a lead on him, but you know.
Hello, big brother Ron. How are you tonight, my friend? We are just gonna
jump
right in. Yep, I'm gonna start doing some of this real fine work before I bust out the brush and get moving. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday night. Thanks for spending it with us. Oh, I clearly need to turn the audio up a bit.
Boy, when Mark came in with that whole tonal piece, I thought, okay, done.
I know, right? Jeez.
All right. You know what I didn't know that? I didn't know that Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone had a little rivalry back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that, you know. I saw it on one thing, something I was watching. It was pretty funny, dude. The not like best buds.
I'm trying to remember. I saw a real fun little documentary called, I think it was called In Search of the Last Action Heroes on Amazon. It was free if you have Amazon Prime. And it was a fun little documentary that kind of went into that and all kinds of other cool 80s and early 90s action stuff. It was really cool.
See, Zablo could be filling in the gaps of all this.
I know, Zablo. You want in on this, man? Just say the word in the chat, and I'll send you a link, buddy.
Yeah, because then I could just sit quiet and concentrate.
I'm sitting here wondering, like, why are my lines so fuzzy? Now I realize because I'm not wearing these.
Yeah, it's not your camera.
Let's try that. There we go.
Oh, here comes the rain. I heard the thunder.
Oh, we had a big thunderstorm here just about 20 minutes ago. I was like, man, I hope I don't lose internet.
That's what I'm hoping.
John, I see you use that kind of marker a lot. I don't have that. Is that like a brush marker?
Yeah, it's Kuretake.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Greg is asking if you could put him on with no screen.
Sure, he just has to mute his camera, I believe.
Just mute your camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, just turn your camera off and it'll default to your little icon.
Yeah. He's probably
Which I
going
think
shirtless
is his,
today.
It might be his Brian Stelfreeze. And there's Alpha in the house.
Yeah, good old Alpha. Everybody loves Alpha. He's the coolest. Blah, blah, blah.
All right, let me get started here. I'm just gonna.
Greg says go for it.
All right, Craig.
He's ready.
I'll
Yeah,
get you a link, buddy.
He'll teach me a few things.
Let me invite, copy to clipboard, go into my email, click new message. I'm going to walk you guys through this whole thing. Oh, but my keyboard's way over here. Okay, keyboard here.
Seems like I'm zoomed. Yeah, too.
And that should do it. Craig, I just sent it. So join us and take us through
The history.
here, I'm going to get them all wound up right off the bat, John. Take us through all 3 of the Rocky films.
Yeah. That's a holdover for the Hill Street period.
His blood's already boiling. 3, you say?
Through the trilogy. Take us through the trilogy.
Yep.
Ooh, you know, that does beg a good question before Craig even gets here. Of the Rock, those of us who are big Rocky people, what is the best trilogy? Like, if you had to pick 3 in a row, anywhere from out of the series, that's actually hard because 1, 2, and 3 would be good. 2, 3, and 4 would be good. And then, of course, Rocky Balboa, Creed, and Creed 2 is an excellent little trilogy too. So,
Now I've seen Creed. I never saw Rocky Balboa or the second Creed because I really didn't care for Creed 1.
that's un-American, sir.
Well, I saw it on an airplane. That may have.
Oh, that could, yeah, that always affects it.
Something about airplane movies just don't they don't sit the same. I actually liked it. I liked Creed 2 because Creed 1 was a good setup for part 2.
Yes. Good series overall. I did like Creed 1 better, but I liked Creed 2 just fine.
Well, I did. I think prefer 1 was better. But they did a good job because I was kind of worried at first before I even watched Creed 1.
You know, I had to. I had to go to movies I didn't want to. Like I said, like some Stallone movies, just so I could. When Craig started talking them up, I could go like, "Well, no, this didn't work for me," and like Over the Top. Oh, how I hate that movie.
I saw that on an airplane.
That's about the only place you should. And it should be the only thing that you know. Actually,
that was a wrestling movie, weren't it?
Arm wrestler, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it was like a made-for-TV movie that they somehow got to the big screen. Am I right, Jarrod?
It's not his finest effort. I will agree with you there. I saw it on the flight to Germany in 1987.
You know what might be my favorite Stallone movie, and Craig did tell me this was really good, and I think I went to see it with him on his 5th or 8th visit. And now I've during the joke forgot my what the title of the movie was. Oh, Paradise Alley. Love that movie.
I actually haven't seen Paradise Alley.
no, I haven't.
Really? Oh man, dude, that's the one you got to watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either, to be honest.
That is so good. It's got Frankie the Thumper in it.
I'll have to write that one down for one of my movies to watch.
Hello, Chola.
Hola, Chola.
How you doing this evening?
Craig, I sent you your link, by the way, buddy. I see you're in the chat there. Could have been an old email address. It was a Roadrunner account. I'm pretty sure it was a. If that's been updated, I need to know.
Send it to. That's probably old. Send it to his name at gmail.com.
Okay, his full name?
Or is it just the C and the last name?
Well, you gotta tell me your latest address is Craig Sable. There it is. Yes, yeah, I got it. I got you, Craig.
You know, Ron Alpha Son is a big fan of The Rock.
Military and a civilian life. Just me, my boy, and of course my wife. Crazy now. PS3, 360, and of course.
I think I'm going to go and rewatch all the Rocky movies, to be honest.
Good idea. It's always a good idea.
I was going to do it last night, but I finished doing this about 2:38 in the morning.
All right, resent, Craig.
Hello, Stormwolf. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Storm. Nice of you for stop by, sir.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Not a lot of time for gaming, but I can squeeze it in and get a couple hours like once a month. Can't game all the time, but it's still fun. My last few rides are for the youth, so listen up while I drop some truth. When you're playing online with an old man.
Our dad rap knocked out early, so that's good.
You know, I thought that was kind of early. That's all right. We can loop it back around.
Yeah, we can always loop it. We can just believe it.
You know, much people love their rap. You know, you can't miss that one.
I still think it's time for part 2, though, an update, and then rework the first one and update it a bit.
Yeah.
You don't mess with perfection, John.
Well, you got to get perfection first.
I'm confused by this comment.
The second one could feature Joe and Beatty.
That's right.
You remix.
Greg says, "What's the terrible rap?"
Craig said it's a terrible rap.
He's gonna get booted right out of this so fast.
I think he'll be okay with that. He's not in yet, right?
No, not yet.
Yeah. He's probably scrambling for an icon so you don't see his COVID hair.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
You got to make sure to play this when Lloyd's here.
Yep. Lloyd's favorite
That
song.
is so bizarre. Huh. Apparently he's never getting this invite, by the way. Because I set it to the latest, and I guess it just auto-filled over to the old one again. Because I'm looking at the sent, and it's the same old one.
It won't take.
Let's try this again. I'll try to be very, very forceful here. Okay. Do not change the email before I send it, please. Email. Okay. This one should work. Take 3, everyone. Welcome to another episode of We Try to Send a Link to Craig.
Wow.
Don't try and blame this on me, Craig. Stop changing your emails.
Come on in, Jacob.
Is that some thunder right here?
Yes, it is. And when the door opened, I knew it was Jacob. That's why I said, "Come on in,
I
Jacob."
figured it was either Jacob or Ron.
Jacob, you all right? Jacob does not like thunder.
Hello, Jacob.
Hey, Jacob, man. Take it easy, relax, enjoy yourself, man. No
Yep.
worries.
He
Good.
said, "Okay."
Yeah, we had some rainy weather today as well. I gotta apologize to Dr. Chaos as well because I was supposed to be doing his Spider-Man on.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I've talked to Dr. Cad,
Oh, good stuff, right?
and he said that he likes it best when we do a theme.
Okay.
He's excited about the Rocky theme, and oh
Right.
yeah, we've got the man himself here. It's a lot of pressure. It's a good thing that John decided to join tonight, and possibly not next week because Kaz I think asked us both for recreations of the Secret Wars 8 cover,
Yeah. What was all those little guys in the background there? So,
and I was like, oh man, that's pressure with Beatty, man, because that's Beatty's thing. No one does it like he does.
wow.
Well, except for Mike Zeck, of course, but
It is a bit daunting, isn't it?
That's Beatty's baby.
Hello,
Yeah.
Hyper Potato.
Hello.
The potato came to see me.
So yeah, we've both been asked to do Secret Wars 8 recreations, John. So we need all the advice you can give us.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Recreations, John. So we need all the advice you can give us. This is what we get for letting Craig in. He's got to turn his YouTube off now.
Yeah, something. Okay.
Kill your YouTube audio, Craig.
Here, get it.
Get it?
All right, how's that?
Yep.
So, it's crystal clear.
Yeah. All right. How's that? He's on a CB radio from the 70s.
Good.
Are we good?
Yeah, that sounds
Perfect.
good.
Yep.
All right, thanks for inviting me in.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
All right, so much that we could have covered, but we'll pick it up.
We got time. This is about an hour and a half show. We got about an hour 15 minutes left. We're good.
Yep. Carry on, sir.
I thought we were stretching it tonight.
I'd like to, but
For what? You got nothing better to do.
you know the commissar's got controls.
Yeah.
Remember, 7 o'clock here.
That's right. It's even later in Bermuda.
Hey,
Oh, wait.
Jared, just tell her I'm on board and she'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell
Good
her,
stuff.
tell her there's burrito party.
All right, going back to Over the Top. Beatty always likes to bring that one up and stop her. My mom will shoot.
I've never seen Stopper My Mama Shoot. I would not pay money to go see that.
That's probably smart on your part because it was his worst film, I think. But
Wow, that's the first time I've ever seen him say that.
no, that's not true. Over the Top made Stallone the highest paid actor in Hollywood, which is what's crazy.
That's very crazy.
That is crazy. He got paid reportedly $20 million for that film.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah.
So there's a question for you, Greg. What direction should Creed 3 take?
Good question. I think that they need to figure out a way to get Stallone back on board. I think that he needs to be in there more than he was in 2. And there was a little bit of controversy in that they didn't agree on the film. Let's just put it that way.
I'm going to just take a minute here to interrupt and say that before Craig starts his YouTube channel, he needs to get a better mic.
He does sound like he's from some sort of a World War II bunker.
He sounds like he's being held hostage somewhere.
If you ever want to see Craig Zablo alive again.
Exactly.
Well, I'm actually not on a mic. Let me get my mic.
That would help.
Oh, well, that might be the problem.
We solved it.
It's one of the problems.
Yes, indeed it is. I have an extra Yeti here that you're welcome to use.
You got an extra Yeti? Is it the big pill look or is it the snowball?
It's the pill, man.
You got 2 pills?
Yeah.
You're so baller.
I got the Yeti caster up above me, and I got the stand-up one over on my other. Oh, you know, I had to close up my studio, so I had to have mics in 2 locations. But the studio became another casualty of COVID-19.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Testing. Is this better?
It is better.
Yeah, you sound a little tinny, but
yeah, that sounds much better.
That's my natural voice.
oh, okay, you're right.
And actually, I'm going to be emailing you and Mr. Jarrod for some questions because I do have some ideas.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And now I've got a mic coming. Mr. Beatty. You know, Jarrod, you asked the question, which trilogy of the Rocky movies would be the best? And I think you're locked in. I think you've got to include number 1, so there's nowhere to go but 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, 3 is not a bad run. I was just saying 2, 3, 4 is also a good run. and I'm a big fan of Balboa to Creed 2.
Can you loop them around and go Creed 2 Rocky?
Yeah. Oh, that would be excellent. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Hey, Hyper Potato said I'm actually under the covers of his blanket fort.
Oh, sir.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Just like Kenny Loggins, you, sir, are in the danger zone.
Hey, Kenny Loggins, what Rocky or what Stallone movie did he provide music for?
Over the Top.
Exactly.
I was to say, I think it was over the top, actually.
It was over the top. You know, Beatty downplays the over the top movie, but I can't tell you how many bar bets he won going over the top arm wrestling people. So
Really? Well, he is I did hear that he was like a strong man.
Yes, indeed. I can bend a frying pan.
A frying pan?
You might see some of my other videos on YouTube from my other station.
Hey, here's a trivia question for you, and it's not a Stallone one. It's a comic book art. Who was the artist that would, back in the day, arm wrestle fans, and if they won, they got a free sketch, and if they didn't, they paid him, and he didn't have to do the sketch?
Oh, sweet.
Let's see. Who was a big, strong guy back then? Well, okay. You said artist.
Yeah.
First thing I thought was Shooter, because I know Shooter's big and strong and sort of forward like that, but he's not an artist per se. I'm gonna say
Joe Kubert.
I'm gonna say Joe Kubert.
No. No. He led you down the path.
John would never lie to me.
There is a Stallone Joe Kubert connection.
Yes, there is.
Joe Kubert was hired to do art for a proposed Rocky daily and Sunday comic strip. And it never took off, but he did some of the art. And I actually have been holding back. I've got a page that I'm going to post. Maybe I should post it later this week.
Dude.
It's not I don't own the page. Let me be clear on that. But I've got a copy of it.
That's still cool info.
Pretty cool.
I think the syndicates finally realized, like, what are we going to do for, a daily and a Sunday?
Like, how many people can he fight?
Right, yeah. How much training,
They said to him, look, what are you going to do? Be doing Rocky when you're, 70? Come on. This can't last. Oh, wait. 1 minute.
Much like the character himself, he's gonna go the distance.
Oh, I like it.
I think he's already went the distance. Now it's just a matter of
Hyper Potato's guessing it's Joe Jusko. Good guess, but that's not it. It's going to surprise you when I tell you who it is, maybe.
I think I must know this.
I'm gonna go Perez.
Nope. Good guess. We've got some Perez stories too. It's Michael Oeming.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Michael
he did like
Oeming.
Powers. I remember him from Powers.
Yep, exactly. And he's not a big guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Well, you got me.
I almost forgot Mark was here. Like he was just over there working.
He's
deceptively quiet.
He's got a knock.
Because Craig has set his goal on doing like what you did to Pat's long box crusade.
Oh, he's gonna take over.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
quite
just
all right.
just
Go ahead, Craig. You're hosting the show now.
hey, just mute me if I start talking too much.
No, you
Oh, okay.
carry on, sir.
No, go, man. This is good stuff. It's Rocky night here on the channel.
If
Right.
I was on camera right now, I'd act like I was talking and pretend like you muted me.
Well, you know what we should do for our audience is kind of explain to them
Why I'm here.
why you're here.
That's a good idea.
Why is Craig Zablo hosting Rocky Night here at the Art Sale Artist headquarters? Let the people know, Craig.
I'm here because I'm a friend.
Wait, did he call it the yard sale headquarters?
Yeah, we're at Yard Sale Artist headquarters right now.
I thought it was studio. Or you got headquarters, studio, you got everything.
They got it all, man.
I'm here in Yard Sale Artist headquarters.
In beautiful downtown Enterprise, Alabama.
And wow. And because I'm friends with Yard Sale and Big John Beatty, but probably more importantly because I started the world's #1 Stallone fan site way back in 1996.
Woo! The early internet.
Yeah.
AOL publisher.
And little trivia, John Beatty and I actually did the Rocky Balboa official movie blog for MGM
He could have
Studios.
made a lot of money on it, but Craig would not go the distance.
I would not monetize. Oh, you did make some money on it now. Come on.
No, not in the long run.
Not what you could have, but you did make some money on it. I just didn't want to. I never wanted to monetize the Stallone Zone. I probably
You should have gave me all the money, and you said, "Well, no, I can't do that."
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
I said, "You don't want to make money on it, so why don't you just give it to me? Because I'm doing all the heavy lifting."
He did do the heavy lifting.
And you're like, "Well, they approached me though," and I said, "Yeah." I said, "But that's all you're going to do is they're going to send you the work. You're going to send it to me with like when to post it."
I was the art director.
I get it.
I know.
You should have made more too.
I should have. But
I tried
just to give us an idea of how old the site is. What was the original hosting? Because was John joking with the AOL?
No, that's what it was. Here's the funny part. I got on AOL and got interested in, they had a thing where you could build a website. So I built this like really, really, back in the day, it looked like a circus site. Bells and whistles.
All the different color.
Animated
flashing lights.
And I contacted John. I was like, "John, check this out." And John was like, "How did you do that?"
I did like it for the time. I was impressed.
He was like, "Man, that is so cool. How did?" And when John gets his mind on something, and so he started learning how to do websites and Flash and everything. And over the years, John was the one that talked me into getting StalloneZone.com. I didn't have StalloneZone.com at the time.
I think I had to buy it for you because you were too cheap to buy it. I swear. I think that
I paid you back though. I did pay you back.
It was like $9.99, and he goes, "No." He goes, I can do the StalloneZone.aol.com or whatever freebie that they give you. And I said, "No, man." I said, "This is going to blow up. You look at how many people are here."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm not paying $10 for this. I'm not making any money off of it." And I domained it. And when I told him that, he's like, "Well, why'd you do that?" And I said, "Because it's worth it."
Yep.
Now he's thinking about selling the site.
No, I'm not. There'd have to be a lot of money coming that way.
There might be.
You never know. I would give you
Stallone considers your site his official site. Am I right or wrong?
Well, he has put it down as the forum is his forum. Yeah. I'd give you the customary, what is it, 5%?
To me?
Yeah.
Good, because when he offers you $2 million, that 5%.
5% is gonna be sweet.
What's fun is though, John.
You all heard it here. Jarrod, keep a copy.
I promise, if I ever get money off of it, John will get at least 5%.
Listen to the most legally binding episode of the Art Sale.
Listen to this one, right? So it's like Craig said, I started getting into web design and graphics and all that stuff. So every year after, I forget how many years Craig was doing it, he said, "Hey, you want to come over and help me do this?" So I would prepare all the graphics and have a layout and everything done. And we would stay up. We would shut the site down. and it seemed to me like it was around New Year's, right?
Yeah. We do it towards the first of every year.
Right.
And we do an updated version.
And we would shut the site down. We would update it, and then we would relaunch it live with a new look.
Yeah.
And I would have to travel from Orlando over to Craig's house, and literally, we'd stay up all night long.
Yep. Hyper Potato talking about Michael Oming said he would have never guessed that he's smaller than Hyper Potato. And Ron said those 56K AOL discs for free that month. And he also said his John's manager at 7% or we'll see you in court.
There you go.
There you go. Oh. All right, getting back to Stallone, and you guys are doing Rocky and Apollo. So back in the day, some Stallone trivia. When everyone knows the story that when Stallone was trying to get the movie made, that they wanted the script, but they didn't want Stallone, right? Everybody knows that?
Right.
And so Stallone was not budging. He was not going to sell the script without him starring. And so the producers, Winkler and Chartoff, were trying to get the backing from the studio. And studio execs were like, show us something that he's been in. And at that point, he had only done Party at Kitty and Studs, which he didn't really want to show. And he'd been in Death Race 2000 and Lords of the Flatbush. He'd done a cameo in Prisoner of Second Avenue with Jack Lemmon. And Bananas, he did a cameo with Woody Allen. So they sent over the movie Lords of the Flatbush. Any of you guys seen that?
I have not.
No.
All right. Lords of the Flatbush starred Stallone, Perry King, Henry Winkler, Susan Blakely. Those were the people that actually broke out and became bigger stars. And they watched the movie, and they thought that Perry King was Stallone. And they were like, okay, we'll do it. And then when Stallone shows up, they're like, whoa, this isn't the guy. Yeah, this is the guy, but now it's too late.
Awesome.
And they wanted, with the Rocky screenplay, before they settled on letting Stallone do it, they were trying to get like Burt Reynolds or Ryan O'Neal.
I couldn't see Burt doing it.
No, it'd have been a whole different type of movie had anyone but Stallone done it. So they're doing the casting, and Carl Weathers came in for the role. Joe Frazier actually came in for the role. They had some boxers that came in, but the boxers couldn't act. But Carl Weathers came in, and he's reading for Chartloff and Winkler, the producers.
That's a tongue twister.
That's a tongue twister. And Stallone's there, and they have Carl Weathers read with Stallone. And, of course, Stallone's a nobody. Weathers does the scene. They say thank you. And before he goes, he turns and he says, hey, listen, I know it wasn't the greatest what do you call it? Tryout, greatest audition. There you go. Greatest audition. He goes, but if I was working with a real actor, I would have done better. And so they had to tell him, this is the writer and he's going to be the star. And it was like, oops. Oops.
Don't you think at that point Stallone knew he wasn't like a really good actor?
That Stallone wasn't?
Yeah.
That Stallone himself was not a good actor?
At that point in time.
No, I don't think so.
I think I think for that part, since he wrote it for himself, he was good for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think all artists have those periods where they feel like they're not as good, but also they feel like I'm really good.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Jarrod has that all the time, but
I'm not as good as, but I'm
quite certain I'm perfect, but go on.
That's what I meant. Jarrod doesn't have that.
I ooze confidence. It's unearned confidence, but
Ron said that. And is someone else supposed to be reading these things? Then I'll be quiet about reading these things.
No, you're fine. That's what we brought you in for.
Yeah.
All right, so Ron says that's the problem when big Hollywood studios want big Hollywood names. Hyper Potato says, but Perry King went on to co-star in Riptide, so who really won? Courtney said, whoa, it's Craig. Hey, Courtney. And Kevin Kaz says, Rocky-a-thon, I see Rocky and Apollo and Zablo. That's a funny looking Mickey, John.
It is Mickey. Actually, it's Telly Savalas, I guess.
It says ask Jared. I'm sorry. It says ask Gerald if he's going to go on the Goodwill half off sale with me.
Yeah, I went to Goodwill and Christian Mission today and scored some excellent things.
Nice.
If I've got people, I got to take this opportunity. If I got people in the chat who are into my book page sketches, I scored a novelization of Galaxy Quest today. So if you need your Galaxy Quest characters written on a page for Galaxy Quest, I'm the guy. Back to you, Craig. This is very specific.
There you go. So John mentioned that I have a Stallone art collection, and I do, and it's interesting that there's only been like 2 times where there was almost an issue with me getting a Stallone sketch. Usually the artists are like really, they think it's great. It's different than drawing the 10,000th Batman or the 10,000th Punisher that they're doing for the show, and they seem to like it. There was one artist, John and I were at a convention, and John was next to the guy, and great artist. And John, should I say his name or keep that quiet?
I don't know who it is. So
is it me?
It's the artist that's known for drawing adult sketches as well.
Well, that's a lot of them.
Okay.
So you were next to Bud Root. I got you.
No, it wasn't Bud Root. Anyway, so we're sitting there, and John's getting.
If it comes to me, I'll blurt it out.
So that I see guys coming up and they're ordering normal sketches.
Oh! I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. Should I not say his name, or is it all right to say his name?
Well, you didn't have to mention the. Yeah. You didn't have to mention the part about what you were gonna. It really has nothing to do with the story.
Well, I'll tell the story, and you can tell me to stop if I need to. So a guy comes up to him, and he's requesting. Courtney said it's probably Beatty. Someone else said it's Wally Wood. Oh, so he leans over and he's whispering to the guy, what he wants, because it's going to be a more adult sketch. So I'm talking to the guy, and I was like, "Hey, I'd like you to do a Stallone sketch for me if you're interested." And he says, "Sure, man, I'll do you one." And he goes, "I know exactly what I'm going to do." And normally I leave it at that. And I was like, "Okay, what character are you going to do?" And he's like, "Demolition Man." And I said, "Cool." And he goes, "Yeah, I'm going to do him as soon as he's coming out of the cryo chamber, and he's totally nude, and it'll be great." I was like, whoa. It's not that kind of sketch. The other time I went up to, it was my.
I always tell Craig I'm going to get him a commission, but it's got to be, it's got to be that scene. And he's like, "No, I'll pass."
I when I was first starting to get sketches, I went up to Michael Lark, and I was like, "Hey, I collect Stallone characters. If you're interested." And he's like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "I'd love to do one." And I said, "Great." And I paid him, and I said, I'll see you before the show's over. And I started walking away, and I was like, "Well, wait a minute." So I walked back. Something just didn't feel right, and I was like, "Hey, Michael, what character are you going to do?" And he goes, "I'm going to do Mickey from Rocky." And I was like, "No, it's got to be a Stallone character." And when I went back to get it, he actually had done Stallone and Mickey and a corner man, because he just wanted to draw Mickey so bad. But had I not gone back,
you would have just had a Mickey.
I would have had just a Mickey.
He would have slipped you a Mickey?
Yeah, he would have. There you go. He would have slipped me a Mickey. So who's getting the sketches tonight? Those are nice.
Thanks.
Burner account.
Very cool.
He's an Auburn man like myself. And gosh, he's a good client. He's ordered this is like my 4th or 5th commission for him. No, he's a good dude.
Good dudes are good dudes.
Good dudes are good dudes. What's up with the Duchess? I need to hear the Duchess tonight. With Craig,
I'm just listening.
Craig's been,
I'm
taking over.
Yeah,
Sorry about that, Duchess.
Hey, we're all in it together,
Nope,
mate.
that's right.
it's all right. Duchess likes a night off too.
Yeah.
Look, I explained to Craig. I sent him this link to this guy, Comic Tropes, I think. And I forget what the subject was, but he did a really good job of explaining something. And I said, Craig, on your craigsabelo.com, you have so much information on pop culture, movies, comics, TV. I said, look what this guy's doing. I said, you've got all this stuff already in a blog form, but blogs are outdated for the most part. I said, you need to get on YouTube and just go through your material, you know?
Yeah, no joke.
The gold oldies.
I'm serious about that.
Yeah,
And you know I am.
Yeah, I do a YouTube or a podcast.
Yeah, I'm working on a couple of
I mean,
ideas.
you know, and sometimes Craig just like, we'll call it tumbles somebody else's thing, but sometimes he reads the article and then puts his own spin on it. You know, he comments back. Not all the time, but you know, when he's feeling extra, you know, fuzzy.
Once in a while.
Or I thought he could just do the Stallone Zone as like, instead of, you know, he could do it both. He could put it down on the site, or he could do like you know, because it's every Sunday it's updated. He could do like a 10 or 15-minute update live Stallone Zone with, you know, like he's a news guy at the table reading articles. But it's all about Stallone or Stallone projects, or you know, stuff like that.
That's the way it was this week.
Exactly. I told him there's a lot there he can work with now that he's officially retired and has nothing to do with his time.
I got nothing.
I mean, you know, he retires right into COVID.
Yeah. The irony.
He can also do a series of showing what pieces he has of Stallone artwork.
That's exactly
there
right.
you go. See, I got a lot of ideas. Got to do something with them.
Yeah. COVID did kind of screw you out of that. I've still got your your Kit Carter piece.
I know.
Wait, you didn't resell that again like you do Ron?
No. It's not Ron we're talking to. It's Craig. Get it together, John.
Well, that's what I said. Like you do, Ron.
Did you do a piece for Rod and then resell it?
3 times.
Only 3 times. and not technically, no. The I got blamed for the Rocketeer because I put it up for sale, but I knew I was an idiot earlier on because I put a sticky on it out. I had it out in my building, and I had a sticky on it. It says "Do not sell. This is Ron's." So if anybody had said I wanted, I would have gone out to get it. And went, oh, good thing I put this note on it.
Courtney, thank you. She congratulated me on my retirement.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you. Formerly Rod Line says hello all.
Hey, Rod Line.
Yeah, well.
Hyper Potatoes requesting that I do a video reenactment of the scene from Demolition Man.
Please, no.
Everybody keep an eye on Hyper Potato then. Back in the day, I used to, you're talking about selling the thing 3 times. Back in the day, I used to collect original art. John was breaking in, well, before he was breaking into the business, he knew some artists, and I started buying and selling art. And John and I used to do this thing when we were kids where we would look at comics and we would open up the comic so that you had a page on the left, page on the right, and we did what was called dogging the art for the issue. And we would pick which page was the best, and then we would, talk about it. And then we, did all those things about if you could have one page, what would the page, your prime page be?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was a page from Master of Kung Fu. And it was, if you know
you
the
will
series,
remember the page too. Is that funny?
if it was not a splash, it was not a cover, it was an interior page. Paul Galassi did the art, and he was fighting Razor Fist, and Razor Fist goes to punch him with the Razor Fist, and Shang-Chi catches it between his hands. All right,
nice, yeah.
Classic page.
Very classic. I mean, everybody talks about that page. Like what?
Hello.
Kidney
So,
lady, she stalks me everywhere. I'm gonna put my mic on mute.
So we're that's the prime page that I would like to have, and literally a few years later, maybe a year later, I see it for sale.
Oh,
And I'm at Jim Ivy's in Orlando. This is in the days before cell phones, and when you made a long distance call, it cost extra, right?
man.
And I was like, yeah. So I look at the ad and I was like, Jim, I got to get this number. I got to go home. And I lived in Daytona, so I got to call this guy. And Jim's like, well, call him from here. I was like, Jim, it's long distance. He's like, call him. I call the guy, tell him, this is the page I've dreamed of. I want to buy it. And he had just sold it.
Oh, wow.
Just sold it. And I said, well, dang, and he was like, well, the guy I sold it to, he's not that into it. He'd probably sell it to you. So I get that guy's number, and I call him. And he doesn't want to do a sell. He wants to do a trade. So I ended up trading him a John Buscema Thor page and a sketch. And I can't even remember who the sketch was by. And so I get the page, and so now I'm collecting original art, and I'm starting to get more and more original art because I know artists through John, and I'm buying and selling, and I'm quote unquote original art dealer. And I'm putting together my first ad for the Comics Buyer's Guide. And I don't have enough art without going into listing some of my personal pieces, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just put a price on it that no one will pay. And don't you know what happened? Someone calls me and they're like, I want that page. And I was like, oh. And John was like, well, you could have told him you'd already sold it. And I was like, I'm not going to lie. And so I sold it.
Yeah, that would have been the first lie he ever told me.
Well,
He's a sweet kid. He's such a sweet kid.
Yeah. So now, I've sold a page, and I still bought and sold art for a few years, but when I got ready to graduate college, I decided to sell off all my art except my Galassi Stallone, which I kept. They're calling about that art. And so now this is like in probably 2000 or something, and I'm on the internet and I see the page, and it's in a guy's collection. And so I just wrote him an email and said, hey, I used to own that page. I owned it way back in like 1978 or something. And I said, I wonder how many people it's gone through between, me having it and you getting it. And he writes me back and he goes, I keep track of all the art I buy and sell.
Thank you very much.
Because I bought it from you.
Oh,
So
wow.
it made me feel good because it was with a guy that, really wanted it.
It was
And
his
kept it.
favorite page all time, too.
What's that?
It was his favorite page, remember?
Yeah.
He said, I can't believe that, I actually got it. And Craig felt the same way, but, $100 bill to Craig back then was like,
I actually think I sold that to him for like.
I think it was around 100. I think he paid $65 for it.
I think I sold it to him for like $65 or $75, something
Are
like
you
that.
sure? I thought it was a little bit more.
I'm going to throw up now.
So Courtney says, what's the best website to buy comic books from?
Oh, God.
And BN Peeler, welcome, sir. He says he misses the Comic Buyer's Guide.
We love that.
Oh, yeah, CBG. I was on that from issue 94. I started subscribing. That was the only way you could try to keep up with what was happening in comics, and it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Does that not exist at all?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
No, it was a weekly newspaper, and once more publications came about, it was still the only weekly. And then once the internet came on, that
was it.
They tried it as an internet thing for a while, but there was really no way to monetize it that way. You could sell an ad or something, but I don't know. It just kind of died out. Died kind of a slow death. It wasn't like immediate, but fairly, within a year or two, it was gone.
Fizzled away.
And the great thing about CBG was, you could send them covers, and there was a lot of fan artists that became pros, and even pro artists that would do covers. And I sent in 3 covers.
What happened with those covers, John?
That's what I'm getting to. When I was like 17, I sent in 3 covers for possible publication. and I thought they were okay. I was kind of doing a Neil Adams thing, and they sent them back to me, folded in half in a manila envelope, and said something about thanks, but not up to snuff or something.
Now, who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't laughing when they folded my artwork to send it back.
Yeah, for real. At least they could have almost sent it back how you sent it.
Right.
Delete.
They said, why didn't you send a Sacy?
Because I didn't have one that big. I mean, postage back then wasn't like extremely expensive.
Nothing was.
Alan Light started that.
Yeah.
He probably did pretty good, all things considering when he started it.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Alan Light has a Stallone connection.
With what?
With Stallone.
Well, I know, but with what?
Yeah, he got a picture of Stallone back in the day on the beach in Hawaii. Alan Light was there on vacation, and that picture was reprinted a lot of different places.
Well, you know why.
Why?
Oh, I thought you knew why. That's why.
I guess because it was Stallone on vacation, like in the beach of Hawaii.
Oh, here's a loose connection for you, Craig. This is kind of funny. When COVID broke out and everybody went on lockdown, apparently Dolph Lundgren was in Birmingham, Alabama, doing something.
Oh, how cool!
And he got stuck there. And one of my very best friends lives in Birmingham, and he got stuck in this apartment complex where my friend lives.
Oh.
And so he was like sending me like daily like stalker pictures like through the bushes of like there's Dolph Lundgren leaving for his groceries. There's Dolph Lundgren hanging out in his front lawn.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was like, that is kind of weird. How surreal that Dolph Lundgren lives in your apartment complex because he's stuck there,
This COVID thing's got everyone on lockdown.
Oh boy.
Boy, our numbers spiked up.
Well, yeah. People are acting nuts.
So I got a question for you guys. What is the oldest comic book you guys own?
Got a real old one called Secret Wars. It's really old. I joke.
What is the oldest comic book you own, Jarrod?
Oof. It's not super old. I've got a Wonder Woman from like, oh gosh, I want to say like 1948 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Wow.
But yeah, I've never like been in the retro market. I have always sort of chased creators and stories and stuff like that.
Stuff that you like.
What's your intent by chasing them?
To catch them. Then I got like I have a well in my basement, and I'm like, it rubs the lotion on its skin. The weird part is Hyper Potatoes down there right now.
Do you have Jose Delbo down there?
I'm not sure.
Ron said he has a ASM #1.
Amazing
Whoa.
Spider-Man.
Wow.
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
That's amazing, Ron. I'm sure John probably gave that to him for his
Courtney,
birthday.
did your great aunt pass from COVID?
Yeah, you need me to open it? Bring it in here. Okay.
Courtney had posted that her great aunt passed Friday night.
Oh wow, I didn't see that. My condolences.
Take that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's sad.
JB, do you have any old comic books anymore?
Nope. I have reprints of them, but
Yeah.
I don't know why the garage door is locked.
Court says that she.
I locked it because
Yeah.
sometimes the pressure in the house will cause it to open. You need me to grab you one?
I don't have very many old. I've got some comics from like Master of Kung Fu from the 70s. Most of my stuff that I collected, like Green Arrow and Conan, I ended up selling it off and getting the reprints just because, I wanted the stories and I wasn't so much about the originals.
Right.
But don't you miss the smell of an old
The
comic?
smell, yeah.
I can just go over to your house if I want that.
In the feel.
that what John's house smells like? Old comics.
We'll say they're comics.
I don't want to tell you what Craig's house smells like.
I know. Smells
John-
like victory.
Yeah.
No, Alexis, you were about to say something about Courtney chiming in. What did you have something on that? I guess that's just left.
No, I'm not here. No,
I
she
have
said
to give
her
Jacob a
aunt
beverage.
passed from pneumonia.
Oh, it was pneumonia.
Very sorry. Sorry. Sad.
Yeah, that's
Sorry to hear that.
sucks, but-
So, how much do you think that 1940s comic is worth now?
You know, I looked it up on like eBay, like what they were selling for, and it wasn't a ton. It was, you know, and it's not the world's best condition. It's not bad, but it's, you know,
Right.
I think if it graded, it would probably get a 4 or a 5. And I remember looking it up and seeing that it, you know, it was like a $50 or $80 book, you know, so not, you know, it's definitely not the most valuable one I've ever owned. I've owned Incredible Hulk 181, the original appearance of Wolverine, signed by the writer Len Wein.
Nice.
Yeah, I got that for $4, by the way.
Was it at a yard sale?
Close. Close. Well, okay, the signature from Len Wein, getting that authenticated, it's hard for me to say that word. That actually cost about $80. But
Wow.
well, my brother did it for me. It was a gift. He took it to a convention and had one of the CGC guys where they go with you to get it signed and verified and all that. And it cost like, I want to say after they shipped it to me and everything, it was like $80. But yeah, I was working at a place that sold guns, knives, military surplus, and comic books. I'll let you process that.
Wow, what a combo.
I will let you process that for a second. And so what would happen?
Guns, knives, and comic books.
Yes.
Okay.
What would happen sometimes is every once in a while, someone like this guy would come in and he'd be like, this guy was like, hey, I got these boxes of comics. I don't know anything about them. I don't care about them. I'd like, you know, he wanted to buy a gun or something like that. And so he was like, what can I get in trade? So part of my job was to go quickly flip through a book and be able to give a rough estimate of what its worth was to the boss. And then the boss would offer him about 10% of what I told him it was worth. And that's how money's made, people. And so I was looking through this guy's box, and he had Incredible Hulk 181. He had Giant Size X-Men #1. The X-Men, I think it was like 90 whatever, the first appearance of the new team in the regular book. He had some really, really, really strong. I was like, for a guy who doesn't care about comics, man, you got some good ones here. And he was like, oh, they were my roommates, and then he skipped town and left me with the rent, but he left this box behind. So I just want to, you know, I want to buy a gun. I don't care about comics. Okay. And I said, well, you know, my boss is going to make you an offer. But then I made my move. I was like, hey, this Incredible Hulk 181, I collect the Hulk, which was true. And I said, $4. Can I buy this from you straight up? And then you can sell the rest to the boss. And he said, yeah, sure. He goes, give me $5. And I was a college student, and I literally had $4 in my wallet.
Oh, wow.
So I said, my heart was racing like a jackrabbit. And I was like, would you take 4? And he's like, absolutely. So I bought it from him. I went out.
Did you work? Did another guy work there named Chumley?
I went out. I hid it under the floor, the floor, little floor rug in the car, you know, little mat.
Yeah.
And I owned it for years. And then Jason got it signed by Len Wein for me a while back. And then one day when I started thinking about selling off my collection, because it was just, God, it was so big, I was storing it at somebody else's house. I was paying someone else to store my books. So I was like, listen, I got to sell it. And I told myself, if I can sell this one, I can sell any of them. So I sold it. I made a huge profit margin. It graded out at like a 7.5, I think. So it was a good shape.
Yeah,
181.
Yeah, I had a friend, he's still around, Mike Cott, and I was over at his house, and he owns Intergalactic Trading Company, which is sci-fi stuff. but he'll buy and sell anything that can make money. And I was at his house. We were hanging out, and he was showing me some art that he had just bought. And he had bought some pages, and he had some sketches. And he goes, I don't know what to do with these sketches. And I was like, I'll buy them from you if I can make a profit on them. And he was like, yeah. And he sold me that, like, I can't remember how many sketches for $15 or $20.
Right.
And there was a John Byrne Batman sketch in there. And there was, gosh, I can't even remember all of them. Seems like there was a Simonson, maybe a Hulk or something. But back then, sketches were, $5 a piece from the art.
Right. You're nowhere near what they are now, huh?
No, nowhere near. Courtney asked me.
Book page sketches for about $20 to $27 a piece. TheYardSaleArtist.com.
Courtney asked me if I would be Shield, Hydra, or Hive. She's on season 4.
See now how Craig's taking over this? Courtney asked me.
Well, she asked me. She said she literally asked me, John.
It's all about me.
She said, "Great,
it's happening." I'm seeing the takeover of the Long Box Crusade.
Pat Sampson sent you, didn't he?
Courtney, I don't watch the show, but all hell Hydra, right?
The lollipop is coming, Dr. Kaz.
That didn't sound right.
Well, he asked me where it was.
Oh, he did the same Kojak reference I did when we first started out.
That doesn't sound right either.
That's weird. That's exactly what I said, Dr. Kaz, when John first got on the stream. I said, if you put a lollipop, you got Kojak.
I'm telling you, it's like when you get Professor Xavier, it's like, okay, I'm a bald-headed guy in a suit.
In the background, like way in the background, John, so it's real small, just draw a wheelchair.
No.
Oh, draw the telepath lines off his head.
Well, I thought I might do a couple of circles.
There you go.
And those will be the big lollipops. I'm going to put sticks on them.
I don't know if you looked at it at all or seeped in from subconscious or whatever, but I swear I see a little James McAvoy in that.
In this?
Yeah. Just some lucky eyes.
Yeah. It was I just literally Googled bald men, and it was somebody from like iStock photo with the right look, and I just was like, all right, there's my reference. And I drew it from there.
Nice.
I guess it was my brain playing tricks on me.
So, Greg, we have a 3-minute sketch.
We're still doing that, huh?
What would be?
Man. Do we? I was hoping to get away with skipping that tonight.
Come on, that's one of the drawing points.
Yep,
drawing point.
Already fun. That's already fun, huh?
See what I did there?
Oh my goodness.
What would be the character that you want to put down?
You asking me?
Yep.
For a 3-minute sketch?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, what can you do in 3 minutes?
Not much if you've ever seen the show before. Although I was pretty happy with what was that? Was that Cousin Ed?
Yeah, a ball of hair.
Last week.
These are always fun when Jared's at the table and he's got the egg timer.
Yeah, I got it right here.
You go, boy. Whatever you want to do. Artist choice.
Ooh, artist choice.
Ooh.
Do all three of you guys participate in the 3-minute sketch?
Well, Betis can have to do no, that is her.
Maybe will not be bullied into it.
Mostly it's Jarrod and I. We just soft squirm and worm, and everybody laughs at us.
Yeah, well, everybody laughs at me. You're
You
too
could
kind,
call it
but
3 for 3 if Beatty gets involved.
Ron said Stickman.
Oh, I love it, Ron. Yes.
That's going to have to be a very intricate Stickman, Kay. Just saying.
You've done
Beatty?
Stickman on the show before, haven't you, Duchess?
Beatty, you could do your traditional Wolverine or Batman.
No, you don't understand. It's whoever gets chosen out of a lottery type thing.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're up to 15 right now.
15?
Yes, I compiled the list from the week before and last.
Oh, yeah.
I have everyone's names next to it.
Making her own rules now. Everybody's taking over my show.
There you go.
That's
You know, huh?
Yeah, but Pat Sampson sent all of you, didn't he?
Hey, look there.
yes, he did. Pat said, "All right, here's what's going to happen."
There's some good ones popping up. Tell them about it.
Yeah, we got like Mighty Mouse, Zorro,
Yeah.
Stickman, Thing.
I like Mighty Mouse. Not in 3 minutes, though.
We have been going for about an hour, so I guess when I get this hair filled in, we can.
Mark still penciling on that? Is that going to be a penciled?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's just very fine line because I'm so afraid of what I'm doing.
Well, it's looking good, brother.
Well, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully, Mom Frank will work some
I'm
magic.
still thinking about adding an ink wash to mine, but I don't know if that's to be make it too different for the how ours are kind of going together.
Well, I think it would look nice because I mean it's just the two different styles, isn't it?
That's true. That's true.
That's what I was sort of thinking because there's no way, I mean, I tried to make it as close and compatible as possible, but it's just two different totally.
And your caricature, or it's not really a caricature, but your likeness, your likeness,
Your
is
caricature.
wonderful.
He's Jim Ivy.
Hey, did Mark just say he was kind of holding back on his sketch to make it more like yours, Jarrod?
No, I did not.
Is that what he just said?
I believe he may have.
We got to cut that out. Jarrod, I didn't say it, Jarrod. It's just the truth.
We got MK Billion in the house. Hello, sir.
Mr. Billy, how you
What's up,
doing?
Billion?
I got to find my 3-minute sketch paper.
Courtney said John said that.
Yeah.
I'm being quiet as can be.
What are you going to now, Mr. Beatty?
Believe.
Excuse me?
Believe.
I believe I want to know.
This is Stallone as Believe.
Oh, there you go. From Conan.
Exactly.
There you go.
See, now you knew who it was when I said it was Stallone. Craig, what's your ceiling for a Stallone drawing?
What's my feeling?
No, your ceiling. Your financial ceiling.
Who is the artist?
That doesn't have any. What's your ceiling?
It depends on the artist.
No, it doesn't.
Well, then imagine the most.
If it's
The
my
one you'd be
feeling,
willing to pay the most for, and that would be your ceiling.
Exactly. He's.
I don't know.
Is it 500?
Oh, heck no.
Huh?
I don't think so.
Lower?
Yeah.
Courtney says the ceiling's above his head.
Exactly. Courtney says 10. I can go more than 10, Courtney.
I don't know. I've seen you wiggle at 10 and go, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but John, it depends on the artist.
What's
I
your
guess
ceiling?
What's the most I've ever paid?
100.
No. I just bought some art from an artist in England, but I got several a few pieces, and I think I sent him 150.
Dollars or pounds?
US dollars.
It was like it was pounds or euros or whatever, but it came out like to $150 or something.
Mm.
Then it was probably about 80 euros.
Here's the problem, though. Anytime you're getting a piece of art, you're rolling the dice.
Yeah.
When you're commissioning, because sometimes they can kill it, and sometimes every artist will miss once in a while. So you got to figure out how much do you really want to spend. And to me, it's more about the interaction with the artist and just getting something from them, and not necessarily like some people will buy these elaborate paintings and stuff. I don't need that. John Courtney says John's trying to say I'll draw for you, Craig.
No, I can't charge him.
No, John does me good. John has done me very well over the years, and I think it goes back to him wanting to repay me for fixing his toilet one time.
Ron says, "Hey, don't bring me into this."
See, Ron's the one you should go, what's the ceiling? That's more interesting because Ron's ceiling's like...
No, Ron's an art connoisseur.
There you go.
Ron knows good art.
I know good art too. I just can't afford it. I'm
Yep.
retired, remember?
Yeah.
Well,
Jarrod, you're going to have to pay more to mail that art that you're doing today.
What are you talking about?
All that ink's going to weigh it down.
no. The guy,
You know what?
The guy he does this work for lives in the neighborhood.
I can just walk it over.
No, he lives over. I think he lives in Georgia.
You know what? The last time I asked John to do me a piece of art, you know what his response was? Tell him, John, what you told me.
I said, you finally asked for the Demolition Man scene that I've
No, what did you
offering
say? I sent you an idea for a piece of art, and you told me no, just no.
No, I think you showed me a piece of art someone did.
No.
I think that's what it was.
No, just no.
Then what was it you asked me for? Because I remember saying it, the piece of art, and you said, "What do you think?" And I said,
I said, John, I've got an idea for a 2-character sketch combination.
Oh, that could have been. Yeah, maybe you're right.
And it was from Rambo 3. It was Stallone from Rambo 3 with the TIE fighting sticks.
With
and it was
Bruce Lee.
And Bruce Lee with his sticks.
Yeah.
And I had it photoshopped, and John was like, no, just no.
Okay, so it looks like they're ready for the 3-minute sketch. Would you like to pick a number, Greg?
Oh, and it's between 1 and what?
1 and 17. So pick a good number.
Something, and this is a number I normally wouldn't pick, but something that says go with 14.
Sweet.
Artist choice.
Are you kidding?
I finished mine.
I'm really not.
Oh, that is funny.
Oh, Jarrod, there you go, sir. Oh, yours.
Man, it's like
Choice.
too many choices now, man. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
So are you guys going to sketch the same thing?
Yep.
Or are you going to do something different?
oh, I think you should be able to do whatever you want, man. It's
Artist
your
choice.
choice.
Oh, that's funny.
Do what you
Okay.
want.
I'm doing Kirby.
The video game character.
Yeah, the video game character.
I like that's a great idea.
Courtney shouting, Mighty Mouse, Mighty Mouse.
I will be
I got
doing
Mighty
Galactus and the
I'm gonna
Silver
do-
Surfer.
I'm gonna do Mighty Mouse, Jarrod. I like Mighty Mouse.
80 just said he's gonna do Galactus and the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, good luck. Have fun.
Man, I gotta okay, it's like I have too much freedom now. I got too much to think about. Like,
Yeah, I like it, man.
You want me to give you one?
no, I'll pick something up.
I'm sure you can think of something. I'm gonna do Mighty Mouse.
Wait. Hold on. It's Courtney on the who's on the other end with me? That's talking.
Duchess.
The Duchess.
Duchess, read off the choices that were made of the 17, and they get artist choice of those.
Nah, we're
Very
good.
Goodness. Okay.
No,
There
we're
you
good.
go.
The artists are backing down now.
Good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb and try something I've never tried before.
Tell you what. If you guys pick something that's already on the list, I'll scratch it out.
There you go.
Well, I'm gonna do Mighty Mouse
There you go.
because I like Mighty Mouse. That's
Which
one of my
was
favorite
number
movies
13
growing up.
for Courtney.
Going for Mighty Mouse.
Mark,
Which
when
one?
I was a little kid, I was really into. I was really into Mighty Mouse.
God, that was
Yeah, it was way back. And
Yeah.
I can remember my mom taking a towel, and my mom was not artistic, but at the time she drew Mighty Mouse's head on it. and I wore that as a kid. That's how little I was. But I thought she did like I would have said, yeah, that's on character. That is Mighty Mouse. So there you go.
That's on brand.
It's on brand.
on model.
It would be so nice if you could in a drawer for children. Children like every picture.
So what we doing there, Sir Jarrod?
Let's go. 3 minutes.
You're not going to tell us what you're drawing?
Surprise.
Nah. But I will say this is the first time I've ever done a 3-minute sketch of it, so I'm challenging myself tonight.
I know what he's doing.
Okay, guys, if you could figure out what Jared's first one in the chat.
If they can figure it out after the 3 minutes, I'll be happy.
I know what he's doing right now. I can tell you. The Invisible Girl.
And done. All right, 3 minutes, Mark. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1, action.
All right. Ready, Mark?
Oh, this is fun. Do 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 do.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Do do.
Craig, so when you take over the Longbox network,
The Long Brox Crusade.
the whole network.
Oh, the whole network. Okay.
Yeah, your show will have the prime time, right?
Well, first of all, it'll be called, with me doing it, it'll be called the Longer Box.
I love it.
There you go.
The Longer Box.
The Longer Box Crusade.
So
And
what would be,
go ahead.
what was your number that you was gonna pick?
Normally, I would have probably picked like a 7 or a 2 or a 3.
Okay, 7 was Ghost Rider, a 2 was Alien, and a 3 was Rocket Raccoon.
Oh, wow. Oh, hard ones.
How much time we got, Jared?
We got plenty of time.
So
You can start your Rocket Raccoon now if you want to.
Yeah.
We probably
I was
got 2
actually
minutes
looking
left.
for a piece of paper, but I can't find it.
Yep.
I think the first thing I'll do when I take over Longer Box is I'll put Yard Sale Artist, his logo, over his actual screen, and then I would have Mark come up with a logo that we could put over his screen.
You can't
Only
do
that was possible.
Oh, I would figure it out.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Oh yeah.
I like your optimism.
Well, first of all, there's a square where it says Yard Sale Artist in Mark's screen.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is slap down his logo right there on the on his table, and it'll be there.
That's true.
Well, Jared would have to do that.
Well, then Jared should do that. And then, of course, Mr. Beatty, we'd have to give you your logo, your JB's.
I don't need nothing.
I don't need no stinking logo.
I don't need no logo.
Look at him go, guys. Look at him go.
I just realized I got to take the face out.
Stack it on something.
Make it snappy.
No hostile takeovers. Ron says it won't be hostile.
Hey, I watched Jared. The first episode that he co-hosted with Pat, I listened to, and I said, "You just hijacked that man's podcast." Am I right,
About a minute
Daryl?
left, Mark. Yeah, I denied it at the time, but yeah, you're right.
You didn't argue with me at the time.
Nah.
You can't argue it now. You hijacked it.
Jared said it was
It was a hostile takeover. Listen. What episode was that, so people can go listen to it?
Oh man, that was way back, like Long Box Crusade. I want to say it's like episode 7.
Yeah, something like that.
people that are just tuning in and seeing it's a 3-minute sketch are looking at Beatty's and going, "Gee, man,
My God, that baby's amazing."
they're going, look at what Beatty's done."
He's even inking it and everything.
Yeah.
A proper 3-minute sketch.
Hey, mate, it's a true master.
There's somebody guessing right now.
Scooby? Is it Scooby?
It's Scooby.
Bingo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you sound so sad.
Ron holding his breath for 3 minutes. He's going,
Oh,
sure.
is he about to pass out? Oh, our time is now up.
Ron says timer.
Ron, no one gets to do the timer but me, first of all, right? We need to be very clear about that.
That's right.
So basically, Jared, you're the 3-minute man.
Yeah, that's what they call me. Yeah. I used to be the 2-minute man, so it's improvement. All right, our time is up. Let me see. Let's go to Mark.
Wow.
Let me get Mark on the big board. I bet it's amazing. Hang on. Let
Look
me
at that. Good job, Mark.
There we go. Oh, look at that Mighty Mouse.
Look at that.
Here comes
I got
Mark.
to finish
to
it
save
off
the
later.
day.
No, you got the bit in my mouth.
Nice job. And then
Yeah,
everybody
right.
go ahead and this is my first ever 3-minute Scooby.
Oh, that was cool, Jared.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, man.
Very cool.
That's very awesome.
And you've been wanting to do Scoob, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I thought
Or
it'd
is
be
there
fun.
an
You know, honestly,
alternative in there?
this is actually a little bit more of Beatty influence than you might think, because you were talking about Pat, and Pat's Scooby's one of Pat's very favorites. So I'll send that to Pat.
So is that like a postcard?
Yeah, well, actually, this is exactly like a postcard. My original ones are a little too big to be considered postcard size by the post office, but when I break into these, we're going to do a fundraiser episode where you get to name your character for $5. You get it sketched on there, and then you put a postcard stamp, and we mail it right to you or whoever you want.
I want to play.
Awesome. We'll definitely announce that. Right now, we're trying to get cards to Mark.
He wants to play. That's code for I want to host and come in and
That's code for I want a free one. No.
and then he's gonna be like,
You know my address,
somebody,
Jared.
somebody asked me a question again. I want to stay on until they
What I'll do is I'll come on and I'll get at least I'll send one to Little John.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's always cool.
I appreciate that. We'll definitely announce that. What happened was I bought a ream for me and I bought a ream for Mark. So his say obviously his name, Mark Hatherley, and all his info, and mine's got mine. And we went to ship it to Mark, and they no BS wanted $90.
Are you kidding?
To ship this to Bermuda, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" And we couldn't figure out why it's so high, but we've since figured out that it's because kind of the COVID thing that there's a lot fewer shipping vessels going to the island.
So
okay, let's get on the cigarette boat and make a trip out.
And that's why I told Mark, I was like, for $90, I'd rather save up a couple hundred more and just fly out there and see you.
How much does it cost to send a postcard from or to Bermuda?
A few $100.
If he sends you a postcard, I looked it up. It costs about 80 cents. Like Mark can send stuff to me all day long for $20, but when I try to send to him, $90.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, $20 is if you want a tracking number.
Yeah,
so it's about $5 or so.
Depending upon the weight.
That's crazy. You're just making me more mad right now.
But you probably want that tracking number.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't know where it's at.
I never received it, Mark. You'll have to draw Stallone again.
This time I'm thinking Demolition Man, right when he gets on dog.
Since you got to do him again, could I pick another character?
That happened with me and Kyle Holtz.
Yes, it did.
And it never arrived. And he had sent me a scan. It was beautiful. And so I was like, hey, I never got it. And he's like, I'll do you another. And so I said, well, if you're going to do another, let me pay. I'll pay you a little more and we'll get a little bit bigger. Because he was doing. So he ended up doing it for me. And of course, the first one never showed up. And if it ever showed up, I'd be more than happy to pay him for it.
No.
I thought you did pay him for it.
Well, I paid him for the first one and it didn't show up.
Yeah, I know.
But then, so he said, I'll do you another one and send it.
Oh, I see.
I upsized for the second one. But I would still love to have
like you just ordered at McDonald's. I upsized.
Yeah, I went biggie. I biggie sized it. Hey, what about the Batman Batmobile they got from you? Courtney says, ask about the Batmobile.
Courtney won a 3-minute sketch round. Hers was the Batmobile. And Mark and I, that's probably the most we've ever complained about.
Yeah, that one was insane.
We were like, dang, man. And I drew like this not so great Batmobile, but she liked it. And her brother ordered some art from me. And so I slipped it in. So she's got the Batmobile that she requested.
You slipped it in.
I slipped it in.
Okay.
You should have just done like a real extreme close up of like the headlights and the grill coming at you.
John, you want to know how cheap I am? Yard sale artist?
Okay. Tell me.
Check it out. I don't. When I'm done, I save my waters. This one's marked. This is a dark, and this is a.
Yeah. It makes ink wash.
I save them. Yes.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
No. I didn't know. I didn't know you were saving it too.
I
was
don't.
like,
I don't
like,
have
how
it right
cheap
now,
am I that
but
I'm
have-
saving this?
That's pretty cheap.
I will say this: after a while, you do have to change it because it gets either way too dark or it gets too gunky. You will begin to get like sediment in there.
Oh, that's every morning I wake up, I shake them up.
Are you doing ink wash there, Mr.
I
Yard
think
Sale?
I will. I think I'm gonna just do a little bit just to give it a thing. Because like I said, Mark kind of convinced me, but he's like, we're doing different styles, so run with it. And I'm like, yeah, it fits my instinct. Go with it.
Take it to the next level.
Let's go. Let's go. I mean, we got a whopping 6 minutes left in the show. Why not?
60 minutes left in the show. Let's
6
go.
minutes left in the show.
What happens then? We get kicked off?
It's your network, Zablo. You tell us.
Yeah, what does happen? I don't know. I got to check with my man.
We bring it over to my place.
There you go.
Right, you start streaming over at the Baby channel. That's Art After Dark.
The unrated version.
I know not to yawn on his.
I don't want to go revisit that.
He got mad when I yawned.
I don't want to revisit that. Nobody wants to revisit that.
I'd worked a 12-hour day, and he calls me up, and he's like, "Can you do this with me?" I was like, "Yeah."
All you had to do was say no.
I can't tell you no.
Oh,
Say no
yes,
to
you
John
can.
Baby.
Well, I guess I could. Mark's very quiet.
Let me tell you something that I know about Mark.
Mark's always quiet.
Mark is thrilled to death that you're here tonight.
There it is.
I know Mark, and he would much rather just draw than.
When I start to draw, I just I get into the picture.
Yeah,
And sometimes I forget. I have to tell Jarrod.
What's best is when we both forget.
Everything good.
There's been a few episodes where we've both forgotten, and we get to those complicated parts of the piece, and it's dead.
Just quiet.
They're like, viewers are like, what's wrong with the sound?
Is my sound messed up? No,
My sound's
we
messed
kind of forgot we were doing a show.
That's I think the hardest part about streaming artwork, because most of the time you do art, I'm here by myself, and it's like total silence. I mean, I may have music on or something like that. Otherwise, that is total silence,
It's time to hear dad rap again.
No, please, no. Not that.
Craig's a dad rap hater?
What?
Come
Craig,
on.
I thought you were my boy, Craig. What's up, man?
You want your boy to be able to tell you when something's right and when something's wrong.
No, I don't. I want you to just go along to get along.
Yo, can you play some more of that rad rap? Did you say
rap?
Rad rap or bad rap or dad
A
rap?
little from
Bad
column A, a
rap.
little from
Oh,
column
now
B.
he's calling it bad rap.
I'm telling you what, this is my life right here, y'all. This is my life.
Don't worry, Jarrod. Let the haters hate.
Hate is gonna hate. Love is gonna love.
I think there's more dad rap likers than haters, though, right?
I like to think so.
Yeah, but remember how many views Chocolate Rain got?
I mean, what?
Chocolate Rain?
Yeah. Wasn't that what it was?
I don't know Chocolate Rain.
Wasn't that what it was called?
Purple Rain.
No.
Made you laugh.
It did.
Made you chortle.
Yeah, Chocolate Rain by Tay Zonde.
Not familiar with that one.
I am clearly
Oh,
not
come on. Come
it.
on.
I'm not
Hey,
hip
on
with it.
my latest time lapse video today, I had to layer in some thunder and stuff with the rain.
Did you go back to old school on today's video?
Yeah, I went back to an older one and
Yeah.
I time lapsed it, but like the soundtrack, I got the rain and then they had like some lightning cracks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to put those in, when I was editing. It was kind of fun. Jacob
So you do this every Tuesday? Is that correct?
That's correct.
I'm
Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
Time lapse Tuesday, and then Jarrod, you go live on Tuesday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yes. We do Tuesday at 5 o'clock.
Are you doing something special on the 3rd, Jarrod?
Is that next Tuesday?
No, that's this week. What is it? That's Friday.
Why would he do something special on the 3rd?
Well, Hamilton's premiering on Disney Plus.
I like where this is going.
And
he needs to have a lead-in show to that.
come on, Jarrod, you're missing a
Read-
prime
read-
opportunity.
Jared, read your book your book to your audience.
Should I do a live reading on Friday of Hamilton versus Burr, a werewolf tale?
Share your screen and read
this
your
is-
book and act the characters. That would be great.
This is the best idea.
Just give them a
I've
taste
ever
of it, though, so that then they have.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get a copyright strike.
It's your own writing.
You sue yourself.
That bastard.
That's right.
That bastard reading my book. Oh wait, okay.
That's hilarious.
I think that's the idea.
See, Jarrod, you need to start looking at the calendar and coming up with these things.
This is what I have you for, man. You take care of me.
There you go.
That's
And I
why I'm going to be
appreciate
taking over the Long Box Crusade.
I understand. I get it. That's
There's
great.
a reason.
I'm not fighting you on that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, you're retired. You got plenty of time to do.
I got nothing but time.
There's two of us here that are retired.
Lucky you.
That's right.
Jarrod?
Hmm.
Jarrod,
Yes.
do you have a pension?
Yes.
Okay, then you're retired. Otherwise, you're just out of work.
Yep.
No.
Jarrod, you're not retired. Artists never retire.
I don't feel retired, but yeah, no. I have the old military service.
Well, there you
Yes,
go.
indeed. For a second there, I thought you were going to try to sell me on your mutual fund.
Hey, I had a guy on Facebook that friended me, and then I think it was last week, he sent me a message, said, "Hey, how you doing, John?" I said, "Great, how are you?" And then 5 minutes later, he's like, "Doing well, thanks for asking." And I'm like, sometimes I get these people, I know they want to ask a question, but they just, they're hesitant. Like, can you change something? Are you taking commissions? Whatever, right? So I finally, it's all this little back and forth, and it's annoying because every 10 minutes he buzzes me, and I gotta I'm like, "Hey, I'm working right now. If you have a question, go ahead and ask it so I can give you an answer." So I see the little three dots, start, and he goes, he goes, "Would you be interested in getting into some investment property that pays out every month?" And I'm like, "Not at all, thanks." It was the weirdest thing.
Huh. That is weird.
Did he unfriend you?
No.
All right. It was me. It was me.
It was a fair weather friend.
I think it was a guy that was a comics fan, and I think he really thought I might be interested in it or something.
He's trying to help you out.
I'm not interested in being a landlord or doing anything like that.
Yep, headaches.
I think I would prefer to be a renter versus living in a house anyway.
There's a few people that feel that way. I must say, in this day and time.
I don't like having a yard, even though I don't do yard work. I have people that come do it, but still, it's got to be done.
He doesn't want to have a yard, Jarrod, because he knows when you're in town.
I knew this was going to turn on me. The word "yard" showed up. I was like,
"Well, that was a Zablo." See, I didn't.
Here we go.
It's a yard sale artist.
Do I have a pension?
Next time you come to Daytona, Jarrod, for the convention, if they ever start up again, you got to come early so we can do some yard sales together.
I like where your head's at. I would totally go yard sailing with you.
Yeah, but the convention's always on the weekend.
I don't. Well, I was gonna say I don't like that, but it's true. I mean, I don't like what he said, but it's accurate.
What's that?
That you're right. Yard sailing is a Saturday thing, and
you know what? You'd have to come down and stay a week.
Yeah, I've done that before at John's
he never
house.
invited me to his house for a week. Whoa,
John. I didn't invite him to my house.
You did. You said you got to come down and stay a week.
Yeah, at John Beatty's house.
I've done that before. He just didn't know I was there.
I knew you were here. That's how you got my templates.
See this right here? Let me show you. It's right here.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. Yeah, we're going to have to wind this down.
Why? The party's just starting.
I know, but I got.
Man, I'm just getting warmed up.
I can just leave and y'all can keep going. That's fine.
All right, I'm good.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
like it.
Question for you, my friend Mark.
Sure.
Where are you going to sign yours?
That's a good question.
On the
I
front.
guess here.
So that would put mine here,
Yeah, I would think.
kind of
Yeah.
under the chins, bottom right corner. For me, bottom left for you.
I need you all to go big board on your pieces there.
Yeah, we got to see those.
All right, hang on.
Very impressive, gentlemen.
Here we go, Mark.
Woo.
Look at that. That's why he's the artist and I'm the writer.
We're both artists.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
but he's a con artist.
That's very true.
He's a yard sale artist.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
There's Stallone.
There you go.
Now it's gonna be cool is when we line up digitally and we get them eye to eye, you know, looking.
Yeah.
El ojo del tigre, as they say in Spanish.
You know what you just said?
Yes.
He insulted you, Craig.
What did you just say?
It's el ojo del tigre.
Yeah, what did you just say?
The eye of the tiger.
That's what you thought you said. Do you know what you actually said?
Know what I
said. You said the eye of the teacup.
No. you, sir, forget my Puerto Rican wife.
You got me.
Or maybe
I'm going to be polite and just leave that line alone.
That's a real smart idea for you. Craig.
I know. I'm getting wiser in my
That's
old
the best
age.
decision you've made today.
Oh.
Jared, there's a question from Dr. Kaz.
What's up, Dr.
Sorry,
Kaz?
this is for John, sorry.
Yes.
He's asking about the Secret Wars #8 Spider-Man piece. Can he have it?
Can he have what?
Can I have the Secret Wars #8 Spider-Man piece?
Which one?
He might be commissioning you here.
Well, it's an expensive commission, Dr. Kaz. I do have on my website actually that's why my July. Somebody bought the Secret Wars 1 recreation. I only had one available. And he went twice up. So if you want to take a look at it, then shoot me an email or call or whatever. But on my website, there's a cover recreation link.
All right, Mark, we're committed now. I signed it under the chin.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll do mine right down in the same spot.
Those are nice. Very nice. That's going to be a cool.
Thank you,
cool.
Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good idea.
God, I almost hate that his Mark's pencil rendering was so good. It's like almost ink almost takes away. I mean, it's still wonderful, but
I know
the pencil was just perfect. And with what we had to work with, because I know what pictures we had to reference from.
Yeah,
you did such a great job.
All you had to do was reach out.
I know, right? Why didn't we talk to the man himself?
Yeah.
I was like, Mark, finding a profile of Rocky, and let's just see, A, how good your knowledge is, Craig, and B, how good my drawing is. Do you know which movie this is from?
That one right there is from Rocky 3.
That is correct, sir. Wow.
They
So
had so many.
finding Stallone a profile was easy, but dang, we were both looking
Yeah,
for
they had
Apollo.
so many of Rocky, even Drake. I mean, everyone.
Everybody but Apollo.
Besides, I said, I couldn't believe it. I thought it would have been a piece of cake. You find it.
Yeah, that's good, though. That is so good, Mark.
Yeah, thanks.
That's so good.
But yeah, that's why I always like pencils because with pencils, it's very everything smudges over the page. You know what I mean? So it just creates its own shading, but
it's so good. It's so good.
I think Mark should have just continued with pencil and really
have it done.
He can. I mean, he could shade with the pencil. I don't. Art is art, man.
Well, he
do you
can't
wanna
now. It was beautiful. It still
Hey,
is.
It's so
Hey,
good.
Jarrod.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you an email, and this is what John said. No, just no.
Just no.
Oh, you got the
Yeah,
thing you put together?
yeah.
I'll send you the yard sale artist price on it.
There you go.
John has moved on from Professor X, and
No, that's still Professor.
Professor X is like on the weekend.
I put long hair on him now, and I changed him into a woman.
Oh, I'm gonna check. I'm checking my email right now. I just saw it pop in. Yeah, yard sale artist can do that for you for $400 easy.
Yeah, there you go. See,
I like it though. I really like the concept.
isn't it cool? I was
cool.
like, what pairing could I get?
No.
I like it. I really do.
See, I would put sticks though in Bruce Lee's hands. I think. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
isn't that cool?
I like it.
See. But what was funny was like John didn't give it any there was no words other than no, just no.
Well,
I about fell out of my chair, man. I was just laughing so hard.
John's not.
You
known
sent
for
it to me in a text, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I was just like, no, just no.
yeah. And I about died because
He
I
was like, what do you think of this idea?
Have you ever had to utter the phrase "Don't sugarcoat it for me"? John?
yeah. Well, I was pretty sure I was going to get a negative response. I was pretty sure, but I wasn't expecting it like that. I was just like, man. Hey, thanks for having me on tonight, guys. This is fun.
No problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by.
You're leaving your channel?
No, I'm still here. Usually, you know what's funny is I usually get on. I see you on Twitter, so I'll pop on Twitter. And John had emailed me. I'd sent out. I did the post and I'd sent it out.
You a text.
And John sent me a text. He's like, "Hey, you ought to swing by." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to." And he's like, "Be sure you're not on Twitter. They won't know you're there."
Yeah, because we can't see you there.
Yeah.
Well, that's you know what? Let's wrap this up and let's go around the horn and find out where we can find everybody with their social medias and whatnot. So I'll start with Mark. Mark, thanks for being here again. And what do the people need to know about you?
I'm on Facebook now.
Hooray!
You can find me by my name.
You'll learn to hate Facebook.
My Instagram handle is there, as you can see. Twitter, I can't remember my Twitter. I think it's at Hatherley, but it's all the vowels taken out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's your Twitter is at Hatherley.
That's
Just no vowels.
75. That is it, I think, for the social media.
Cool. He is available for commissions.
Yes,
so
that's
get him up. That's exactly what we've been doing tonight. I don't think Burner got a chance to stop by, but I'm sure he can watch the replay. And let's rotate around to John. John Beatty, open for commission, sir? Yes?
No.
No, closed.
I am not open until either the end of July or August because somebody dropped. Not only do I need to finish up the remaining on my spreadsheet, which is getting very close now, but somebody dropped. Actually, 3 big commissions. Well, it was 2 people. One guy dropped 2 big ones. Another guy dropped a big one on me. So to get them done, I'm going to have a lot of concentration.
Understood.
So I don't want to take on anything until I can start with a clean list.
Okay. Okay. So until then, though, they can check out your YouTube channel, which is John Beatty Art, correct?
I think it's just John Beatty.
John Beatty. Check him out. It's a great channel. He does cool stuff over there. You can learn a lot.
And Ron is just dropping a comment saying that John is booked until August.
Sounds familiar. Craig, where can people find you?
CraigZablo.com and StalloneZone.com.
I gotta look this up.
And
my commission list is full.
Yes, but when do you take over on the Long Box Crusade Network?
Day before yesterday.
I'll be
when
talking.
does your CEO or your presidency take over? Is it at the end? Is it tomorrow, the beginning of the month?
Now I've got a lot to learn before I get there. I'll have
I
to
think
do.
you've done fine.
Oh, thank you. It's been fun though, definitely. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this. I like the start time too. It's a good start time.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. I think next week you'll get an invite, and
I'll be back again.
you can just roll with it.
I think next week I'll get an invite from Craig to the show.
Yeah. Hey, would you like to come and draw your yard sale artist live stream?
Awesome. And of course, I'm Jarrod Alberich, the yard sale artist. You can find me any social media at yard sale artist, at yard sale artist, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And of course, right here, if you guys could give us a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. That would be wonderful. I want to thank all my guest hosts for being here tonight. It's been an absolute blast for Rocky Night.
Courtney did ask a good question.
Did he take over? Did Greg take over for Pat's job?
That's even funnier. That like,
I know
Pat's been taking over twice.
Ouch.
And Ron says Craig can also be found at Wendy's with John and myself on Black Friday. Don't cancel this one, John.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do a Cyber Monday also.
Wow.
Oh,
You know what? But they need to know what the Black Friday is, John.
Well, that's when I do a Stallone drawing for Craig, and then Cyber Monday is going to be Storm for Ron.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
And then what day is Jared's day? And the cricket noise. Okay.
Jared, wait a minute. Jared. That Subway guy? No, he's in prison.
Oh.
But I do want to pat myself on the back and remind that last Black Friday, there's a lot going on. I think John was moving stuff, repainting, something like that.
Yes, I was painting a studio I no longer have.
And and somebody who loves Craig stepped up.
And did a Jack Carter that was just a rock solid Jack Carter. Yes,
and there's prints available of it all over the internet. By the way.
There actually are prints available at theyardsaleartist.com. You too.
See, I don't make prints of the Stallone work I do for you. I don't make prints of the gifted artwork to Mr. Zablo.
Jared does.
Yeah. I guess you'd have to make the gifted art part.
Oh, I've made the gifted artworurt.
You got to make it work, right, Jared?
Mine was bootlegged onto a T-shirt, and Craig showed me.
Oh, that's like an ultimate backhanded compliment right there.
Yes, I know, and I did. Craig's like, "Did you see this?" And I'm like, "No." And I looked at they had it on all different colors and stuff, and
he saw me wearing it.
I wouldn't mind it if you were wearing it, because I'd figure you took it down and had one put on.
There you go.
But it was on Amazon.
You know what I'm going to hate? You know what I just realized now that you mentioned that?
Black Friday's ending.
No, don't end it. But I sent Jared the Rambo Bruce Lee thing.
And you're going to get one now.
No, I know he's going to make prints of it, but if he makes that, he better not give that art away to anyone.
Well, are you buying it?
Hyper Potato said Jared needs to feed his family. They need more Long John Silvers.
Damn right.
Whatever.
I'll take his family out to Long John Silvers.
Wait, I don't get to come too? It's messed up, Craig.
That is messed up.
No,
man.
you need to be drawing more Stallone pieces while your family is being fed by Mr. Zablo's hefty pension.
It all came together. Anyways, I gotta get out of here.
Jared is trying so bad to get off of this stream.
I'm gonna end the broadcast. Everybody wave and say goodbye.
Hey, good night, guys.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.